The Weekly Warm Pipe.
Welcome to the Weekly Warp Pipe. I'm Russ Lyman.
And I am NES Addict.
And this is your guide to the best cartoon Christmas specials on TV.
You dang right it is.
There's quite a few Christmas cartoon specials out there. I tried to do some research. I got, I think, 7 listed, and I'm sure I can list a few more off the top of the dome. And we did reach out to you guys as well to let us know what ones you enjoyed watching growing up and still come back to today. I did peep some of the answers. Some of them,
Ooh.
I don't know if they qualify as cartoons.
Okay.
But they could still make the list.
We'll talk about it regardless.
Right, essentially. And hopefully you'll be able to watch these. Maybe you have the VHS,
or the DVD.
Or maybe they're streaming on some services. A lot of times, maybe some people can upload them to YouTube. I was watching a few the other night on YouTube, so I don't know how they got away with that. Well, some of them, I guess, are kind of old, so they're in public domain, right?
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows how it works?
Do you have any ritual, I guess, for when watching Christmas movies, like certain snacks or like put on the fireplace?
Our fireplace is broken and has been for 2.5 years. So that's something I got to get fixed for the wife at some point. No, I don't really have any rituals when I watch these. I just remember that my first dose of nostalgia came when I was probably like in 4th or 5th grade, and my mom was like, "Hey Jay, Rudolph comes on tonight." And it was like around Christmas, and I was like a little bit older, but like this still really like excited me. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that." Like I may have seen it the year before, but I think it had been a couple years.
Right.
But I was like remembering back to when I was like maybe like 5, so maybe like 5 years prior or something. But I just remember like it warmed my heart so much and like gave me those Christmas vibes so much. And it was like something for a 10-year-old's life, half my life, I hadn't seen it in what felt like a long time. Now 5 years goes like this, but
right.
But yeah, so what was the question? I just went off on a tangent. ADD brain.
I was just asking about any rituals.
Oh, rituals. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. No rituals.
I definitely remember watching in my mom's, living room growing up, and we have the Christmas tree decorated and lit up, so that's illuminating the room, as well as the CRT TV that was encased in the
big wood box.
Like
sitting on the floor.
Sitting on the floor. Funny enough, we had that TV for quite some time. She got it fixed a few times, and then I don't know if it was still working or maybe it was on the way out. And I ended up posting it, I believe, on Facebook Marketplace, and someone came to pick it up to use it in like a play somewhere. I was like, okay, as long as you can fit it. I was like, you need like a van or truck or something.
I've seen a few of those on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
And if I had a good spot to put one, I would so grab one. My buddy, the retro kid on TikTok, somebody gave him one that like lived like right down the street from him, and it's so sick because it has like a wood base, and then like the big wood box sits on top of it, but between that base and the top, it's a swivel, so you can like turn the TV to whatever chair you're sitting in. It's pretty sick.
Right. You don't have to have your couch,
but it's a big old TV, just like the ones we're talking about.
Oh yeah. Well, I wrote down some cartoons here, and I have some little facts and stuff we can talk about through it, and then we can chime in with our own comments on it.
Yes, sir.
So right at the top of the list, I put Charlie Brown Christmas.
Charlie Brown Christmas.
This was released December 9th, 1965, with a runtime of 25 minutes. In the special, Charlie Brown finds himself depressed despite the onset of the cheerful holiday season. After Lucy suggests he direct a neighborhood Christmas play, his best efforts are ignored and mocked by his peers when he chooses a punny Christmas tree as a centerpiece. It says it received
Is
a
that is
Emmy.
that is that puny Christmas tree?
Oh yeah, maybe not punny.
Pretty
Oh,
puny.
a punny Christmas tree.
I was like, "Wait, what?"
Ooh. So it received an Emmy and a Peabody Award and became an annual presentation in the United States, airing on broadcast television during the Christmas seasons for 56 years before becoming exclusively available on Apple TV streaming service.
Dude, I gotta rant here for a second.
Okay.
Streaming services suck. They have, like, ruined television, you know? Like, you wanna watch something here just air it on TV like you used to, and make the TV the old signal that it was before, like, 2004 or whenever they ruined it, so we had to buy cable.
We need
Alright,
UHF.
ran over.
I'm slightly adding to the rant. Yeah, I mean, they end up holding it hostage to I don't own Apple TV. So how am I going to view this unless I sign up for the month and then hopefully remember to cancel in January?
I'll
Or,
find the DVD on eBay
right, as
before
I
I do
say,
that.
go find the DVD or VHS or something like that. Or maybe someone taped. I bet you I have a taped VHS of it, and this way I get the commercials from the
That's
era too.
right. The commercial's the best part,
But
especially the Hershey Kiss one.
oh, that's yes, when they're jingling. Charlie Brown, absolutely classic. Definitely remember watching it obviously on TV when it came on and enjoying it. Simple story, and then now that's a staple. That tree is his puny tree.
Yeah, that you can buy that puny tree, like, drugstores and stuff, like Repco or, I mean, CVS or
CVS
whatever.
or yeah. So you can have that as your little centerpiece. I think what comes with the one ornament,
Yep,
so it
and
can
it kinda
droop down.
dips over with, like, a little blanket around it and, like, a little piece of wood. Whoever thought of that was a brilliant.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, he had his Halloween special. It was like, why not? Let's do the Christmas special as well.
Yeah, worship Satan and Jesus, yeah.
On another note, we're talking Garfield Christmas special.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Classic.
This is a good one. Released December 21st in 1987.
Whew, we were 6, Russ.
So I probably seen it when it came out.
Me too.
Based on the American animated television special that was based on the Garfield comic strip created by Jim Davis. It's got a runtime of 24 minutes. Quick plot is the special is about Garfield spending Christmas with the Arbuckle family on their farm and discovering the true meaning of Christmas. The first was it the special first aired December 21st, 1987 on CBS and was often rebroadcasted in subsequent years at Christmas time until 2000. December 14th, 2000 was the final CBS broadcast. It was nominated for the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Animated Program and has been released on DVD.
So it ran for 13 years, 87 to 2000?
Yeah, on CBS.
Okay.
So I don't know if it didn't mention if another company picked it up and continued to air it after that, but
Man.
again, that comes with like another annoyance of like
Yep.
the someone has to have the rights for a certain number of time, and then if they buy it out, oh, now it's not on CBS anymore, it's on this network. What if you don't have that network? Then you can't watch it again.
Yeah, so those are, I mean, Charlie Brown and Garfield, those are 2 I don't actually own, so
Okay.
maybe I should look into that.
Yeah, they
Needs to be
can't be
corrected
too
immediately.
much, but I feel like I should get a collection of these and keep the DVDs in my box of Christmas decorations
So
instead
that
of
way
just
you
on the
get it out annually?
right.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because like, why am I going to watch it in July or whatever?
You never know when the spirit hits, Christmas in July.
You never know. But yeah, this one definitely hits like differently. Like it's almost sad a little bit because
Yep.
they're at the farm and grandma's kind of reminiscing of
Mhm.
because her husband's gone. So you kind of get like a little sad with that.
Yep.
And Garfield's keeping her company. And
Like
then
a good cat.
Odie's trying to build him a special Christmas present. It's a
Hits
good
you right
time.
in the feels.
Yeah. And it kind of sums up too with like how Christmas can be with relatives,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Where he hasn't seen his brother in quite some time and they're kind of arguing and not Garfield. What's the dad's name? Now I
Mm,
can't remember.
I don't know. There's John Arbuckle and
It must be John then.
John's the Garfield's dad or
Right. That's what I was
owner.
trying to say. Yeah,
Yep, that's it.
yeah. I got a few more. I don't know if you have a list or anything,
I
Jake,
did
or you
not.
want to just keep
I
going
unlike you, Russ, I did not prepare for this. I was gonna fly straight off the cuff,
straight off
but
the cuff.
you, as you always do, you pick up the slack.
That's it. We're here. So moving along, we got Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Hey, that's a good one.
This is a good one. Released December 16th in 1983 with a runtime of 26 minutes. So all of these so far have all been about a half hour special.
Yeah,
Maybe you get a few 5 minutes worth of
Christmas
commercials, I
commercials.
guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
And when did you say this one released?
This one was in 83,
Okay,
1983.
so we were merely two. That's okay.
The cartoon is an adaptation of Charles Dickens' 1843 novel Christmas Carol and stars Scrooge McDuck as Ebenezer Scrooge, many other Disney characters, primarily from the Mickey Mouse universe, as well as Jiminy Cricket from Pinocchio, characters from The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, and Robin Hood were cast throughout the film. So they get a whole plethora of characters to kind of make cameos in here. Says Mickey's Christmas Carol was largely adapted from the 1974 Disneyland Records audio musical, which was an adaptation of Dickens' Christmas Carol. The musical featured similar dialogue and similar cast of characters. The film was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film in 1984, but lost to Jimmy Picker's Sunday in New York.
What?
Never heard of that.
Exactly.
It was the first nomination for a Mickey Mouse short since Mickey and the Seal in 1948.
Whoa.
Yeah. So this is a good one. It's, again, if you know the Charles Dickens story, Christmas Carol, it just has all your favorite Mickey characters doing that.
You're like 3 for 3, Russ. You're killing this.
These are certainly classic and timeless, I would
Yeah,
say, as well, all of these.
absolutely.
I feel like more people too might be coming back around with Garfield's Christmas because they do have a new Garfield movie coming out, so maybe it'll be rediscovered and
Ooh.
they can check that one out. But Disney stuff, Mickey and all that is always booming, so you have to go back to classic. So I assume this is on Disney Plus.
You know what I've seen of Garfield recently, Russ, that I haven't seen in probably like 30 years?
Okay.
At Target, you can buy the little Garfield with the suction cups you can stick to the window of your car.
Oh, nice. See,
They
so
brought
maybe
them
it's for
back.
the new
I
movie.
haven't seen them since the 80s.
Now we just need the reflectors that go on your bike.
That's right. The cereal boxes. Come on.
Love it. Sticking with the same theme, if you didn't enjoy that one, then we have The Muppet Christmas Carol coming out a few years after. Let's see, it was almost 9 years after.
So
It
not
was
a cartoon.
This is not a cartoon, but someone had mentioned this, I believe, on the on one of the, what am I trying to say? Where we post it.
Right.
So I was like, I'll bring this up because it is a classic. Not a cartoon though. Released December 11th, 1992, runtime at 86 minutes. And it's an adaptation again of the same thing, but now they have all Muppet characters in it. It did have a budget of $12 million
Jeez. Could have gave me that.
and it made at the box office 27.2 million.
Now, were you a Muppets fan, Russ?
Here and there, like I don't think I watched it consecutively. I did enjoy the Muppet Babies,
Oh,
which
me
was a
too. They
cartoon.
make your dreams come true. And
So I
and
don't know
and and in 2023, they can make your delusions come true too.
why did they never do a Muppet Babies Christmas Carol thing, right? I guess they didn't want to redo the same thing again with same characters, but they're just babies.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I will say this about the Muppets. Sorry if I'm hurting your feelings. Never really was a fan of the actual Muppets. Now, I will say, back in the day, we didn't have streaming devices. If a Muppet Christmas special was to come on TV and there was nothing else on, I probably would have watched it and maybe enjoyed it, but I didn't seek it out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that was added on there. But another classic one that is a cartoon, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This has to make the list if you're talking
Oh,
top cartoons.
I mean, this is
That's probably up
quintessential.
there with I don't would that be number 1 probably in most people's list,
Dude,
right?
it's pretty quintessential. I would say it's gotta be in the top 3. I have kind of a big 3 that I'm thinking, and that's one of them.
Okay. This came out December 18th, 1966 with a runtime of 25 minutes. It is based on the 1957 children's book of the same name by Dr. Seuss and tells the story of a Grinch who tries to ruin Christmas for the town folks of Whoville below his mountain hideaway. It was occasionally telecast in the United States on CBS on Sunday, December 18th, 1966. It has gone on to become a perennial holiday special, and the special features the voice of Boris Karloff as the Grinch and narrator. That I didn't know.
Yep. I didn't know that actually.
So pretty sweet for sure. And then I did read some things where it was talking about it being ported to different like DVD releases
Mhm.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Where,
I actually have it on DVD twice for some reason.
and I think one of them they altered the color, like the color got messed up, and the Grinch looked more yellow than green.
Hmm.
So I was like, that's an interesting. So it's like, oh, you go to grab it on DVD, and you're like, this doesn't look like how I remembered it.
Right.
So they depends which DVD you get. But also, I didn't know. I saw a little TikTok someone posted where the story starts and it like zooms in into a snowflake, and that's where the story takes place, like in
Oh,
the snowflake.
yeah. I thought that was straight out of Jim Carrey, the Jim Carrey Grinch movie.
Maybe it's on that one, yeah, and not the cartoon one.
I
But I
think
guess it's in the book,
I
right?
can't remember, but I know I'm pretty positive that that's how the intro to the Jim Carrey one starts,
Gotcha.
which is a good movie.
I'm like, those are some tiny people.
That's right.
Certainly classic, and like you said, they made the live action remake with Jim Carrey, and I think they also made another live action one without him that came out recently.
Really? I know they
Um,
made a cartoon,
maybe
like almost like Illumination type cartoon.
The Grinch.
They can't because we have that one on DVD.
Let's see, there's one in 2000, which is the Jim Carrey one.
There's probably one like 2019, maybe 2020, possibly.
Oh yeah, what's this one here?
It's about
Uh,
Illumination. I'm pretty sure.
2022.
Okay, I don't
Yeah,
know about you. I'm feeling 2022. T Swift fans, you get
there
it.
you go. But certainly a classic where you have this almost like Scrooge, right? Someone that hates Christmas or
More of a
despises it,
Grinch.
or of a Grinch goes
Dad
through
jokes.
trying to destroy the Christmas spirit of them, and then ends up doing the 180 and giving back and enjoying the holiday.
He thinks he's gonna ruin it. He's got all their toys, all their presents, all their hoo hash. He's up on the top of the mountain waiting to hear their sweet, sweet tears. And what does he hear? Da doo 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 da doo doo. Whatever that song is. And he's like, how can this be? Perhaps Christmas is something more.
That's right.
Perhaps Christmas can't be bought at a store.
There you go. Jay coming in with the bars. Do I have a few more on here?
You should at
I've
least have 2 more.
I have 2 more, so we'll jump to the comments and see what people were saying, what they watched growing up. We have our social medias we posted on Instagram and YouTube community page, so we'll
Can I
see what
say
they have to say.
can I say one thing before you start?
Okay.
The very first episode of The Simpsons was in December of 1989, and it was almost a Christmas special itself where, um, I think was it Bart wants to get a tattoo on his
Yeah.
arm,
Oh, right.
and he has to get it erased? Or is that or am I mixing up 2 episodes? What I do know is somehow Santa's little helper ends up becoming their dog.
They do go to the track to bet,
Yeah, to
and then
bet.
I believe the, dog they bet on loses, and then the guy ends up kicking out the dog, so he
Right.
comes home with Homer
Yep.
and Bart, and they're like, "Hey, we got a dog, Santa's little helper."
And they save Christmas with Santa's little helper. But that was like, what a way to start off The Simpsons, right?
Right.
So, getting
Perfect.
their new dog. Anyway, okay, I digress.
What did you say? What did you say?
Springfield, let's hear from you.
How
Hey, how ironic we have Springfield. Let's hear from you in our little thing there. All right, let's jump over to Instagram, see what you guys said. Best cartoon Christmas specials.
oh, look at that. The big 4.
Retroholic16 says super fond memories of a lot of these. I was raised by grandparents, and it was a tradition each night in December to make a snack or hot cocoa and curl up on the couch with grandma and watch all the classics like Charlie Brown, The Grinch, and the claymation style movies. It is a tradition I have continued with my kids, even now with them being 20, 19, and 17. With busy lives, we still find times multiple nights in December to watch new and old classics.
Yeah.
Perfect. And we got, he told me how to pronounce this, and I have totally forgotten how. The Titsy Gaming. Titsy. It's gonna be way off. I apologize. It never quite felt like Christmas without seeing Rudolph and Frosty the Snowman. For my wife, she was a huge fan of claymation Christmas.
Yes.
That's for sure. Yeah. I mean, I guess claymation would go into with like Nightmare Before Christmas, like we said, the Rudolph series as well.
Yep.
So, like I said, I have it in the picture here. Does it count as a cartoon?
That's the Bumble.
Like,
Bumble's bounce. You know, I'm gonna say it is a cartoon. It's not, but it is.
I mean, it's not. It's like half.
It's not, but I
It's
feel
live action, but not like someone's moving them individually every frame.
yeah, it's not, but it is. But it's not.
But it's not. But it is. And what else we got? We got on our YouTube community page. What did they say? A few more people left some comments here. What do we got? 8-bit retro junkie. Garfield's Christmas special was always a special one for me. It usually came on every Christmas Eve, and I waited every single year for it to come on. I knew the movie from start to finish. Just made me appreciate the festivities and the Christmas season watching Garfield and Friends.
Yes.
Certainly. Oh, yeah. The bad guy, Mike Worley. Oh, man. So many classics. I'll pick 2 that I watched a bunch as a kid that maybe no one will pick. Mickey's Christmas Carol and Garfield's Christmas. Look at that. We spoke about them already. Both of those were Christmas staples every year at my house when I was a kid. It's such a shame they haven't played them on TV in years. I still have the old VHS tape that we used to record those shows off TV. See, I said someone probably has it recorded on
That's
VHS
it.
with the
Beautiful.
commercials.
Beautiful.
We got Waves and Games. If Bass and Rankin's 1964 hit Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer isn't everyone's favorite, then I'm giving up eggnog. Wait, don't hold me to that. I don't know if it would be everyone's favorite. It's certainly a classic.
I mean, it's
Up there.
It's probably number 1.
We got Rob Waters says easily Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's a classic above all classics. 8-Bit Glitch comes in with The Muppets Family Christmas.
I'm sorry, 8-Bit Glitch. Didn't mean to offend you.
The Muppets go to Fozzie's grandmother's house, and the Sesame Street gang shows up, and Frackle Rock makes an appearance.
What?
It is not on any media that I can find, and only had it recorded from TV on VHS. You can find it on YouTube, though. But then that guy, Mike Worley, comes in, found some DVDs online. He told him to check on Amazon and eBay, and he said, thanks again.
There
So
you
he's
go.
getting a copy. Yeah, it's tough with those, I guess, to clarify. I mean, they're cartoons. Yeah, I guess they're for kids, right?
That's
'Cause
probably the more accurate phrasing. They're for kids. I mean, it's not animation, but it's claymation.
right. It's a mation.
It's animation.
It's a mation. You're using your imagination.
That's right.
Classic one for sure. And so I did have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer as one of my next ones. It was released December 6th, 1964, with a runtime of 15 minutes, the longest of all these specials here.
Yeah, that's a long movie for a claymation.
Oh wait, now I lied. The Muppet Christmas Carol is 86 minutes, so it was
What a liar. Never gonna believe you again, Russ. Discredited.
discredited. It says, as with Charlie Brown Christmas and How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer no longer airs just once annually, but several times during the Christmas and holiday season. It has been telecast every year since 1964, making it the longest continuous running Christmas TV special in the United States. The plot is Donner, Santa's lead reindeer, and his wife have a new fawn named Rudolph. They're surprised to find out he was born with a glowing red nose. Donner attempts to first cover Rudolph's nose with mud and later uses a fake nose so Rudolph will fit in with the other reindeer. The following spring, Rudolph goes out for the reindeer games, where the new fawns learn to fly and are scouted by Santa for the future sleigh duty. Rudolph meets a doe named Clarice, who tells him he's making Rudolph fly. While he celebrates with the other bucks, Rudolph's fake nose pops off, causing the other reindeer to mock him and Coach Comet to expel him. Rudolph meets and joins Hermie, a misfit elf who left Santa's workshop because he wants to be a dentist.
It's a tale of hatred.
And Yukon Cornelius, a prospector who has spent his life searching for silver and gold.
I like the way he licks his big X.
And I do have a note that says the dolls for Rudolph and Santa cost
The dolls for Rudolph and Santa, what?
cost $5,000 to make
Holy
I guess.
moly.
And it went on to talk about where they went after the production of the show, and some of them were given away or lost and put in attics and then came in disarray, and some of them ended up getting restored and sold at auction.
Cool.
But certainly classic for sure, and I like that it has, those sub stories within it where you're following Rudolph, but you're also following the elf and his situation. And then they do
dentist.
They go to the island of misfits, so you got this other plot going on. And
then there's the Bumble.
what's funny is I didn't know this song. I listened to Bowling for Soup has a Christmas album.
Okay.
And they did a cover of We're a Bunch of Misfits. And I was like, oh, that's from this movie? Fit in. So I was like, oh, nice.
Let me ask you this, Russ.
Okay.
It's 1985, okay? You're 4. You're watching Rudolph. Did the Bumble scare you?
It probably, I'd say no. I don't think I'd be frightened by it.
It creeped me out.
It creeped you out?
Not gonna lie. Creeped me out. Was not a fan of the Bumble.
Till the very sound end. Or how it looked? Or both, I guess?
I think it was those teeth.
Sharp teeth.
The sharp teeth creeped me out. I kind of didn't like seeing him.
Fair enough.
I was a timid little child.
You're watching with the lights off and just candle lit, and it just hit right.
Yep.
You're
I was
like,
watching
can't
like.
look. Tell me when it's over.
Doesn't the snowman do that in the video? Like cover his eyes?
Oh, maybe.
He was even scared.
Yeah, we did end up watching this on YouTube the other day. Someone had it on YouTube. It was this and the other classics as well as like one video. So if you're itching to watch it, you could probably just search it up on YouTube if you don't have the DVD or VHS of it.
I got it on DVD.
As do I. It was
There
in
you
my
go.
it was in my box of Christmas stuff. I was like, hey, look at this. But then
Nice.
it happened to come up on YouTube and I was like, oh, whatever, I'll just play it here.
Nice. All right, I'm assuming we have one more.
Yeah, the last one I had put on was Frosty the Snowman. If you're gonna have Rudolph,
Gotta have
you gotta have
Frosty.
Frosty. It was released December 7th, 1969 with a runtime of 25 minutes. I didn't finish my facts on that one.
I love the magician.
Yes, like he's like you want to hate him. He's the character. You're like, "Ugh, this stupid guy," because
Yeah.
his hat brings Frosty to life. Then it falls off, and now he's like, "Oh, my hat's magic." Like, no, I want it back now. Like,
Right.
kids are like, "No, you threw it away. It's not yours." And he's like,
Right.
"This is gonna make me money."
That's right.
And you're like, "You stupid guy."
Yeah.
But it was like it starts to be a sad story because all right, they finally do get Frosty alive, and he's hanging with the kids, but now he's like, it's getting hot out.
No,
I'm
it
gonna
doesn't. No,
melt.
doesn't he end up going in like a greenhouse with some plants?
Right. So, well, they first want to get him a ticket to the North Pole, or
That's
no, to
right.
Alaska or something,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's going to cost like $2,000. And they're like, we don't have any money. So they end up hopping onto a train that's transporting like ice cream and cakes.
Yeah.
But the girl goes with him, and then she's freezing.
Right.
So they jump out at a stop, and then he goes to get her warm. So they make like a fire, but Frosty has to stay far away because he doesn't want to
Right.
melt. And then she's still sick or something. So they get her to a town, and he's like, "Oh, I'll carry her into this greenhouse." And then the magician comes, and that's when he shuts the door. And he's
Yeah.
like, "Ha ha ha! I'll come get the hat once you're melted."
Right.
Damn, that's cold.
Yeah.
It's got dark.
No pun intended. It's actually hot.
It's actually hot in there.
And then Santa comes and saves the day, whips up some Christmas magic, and
That's it.
brings back Frosty. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, because they had the little rabbit that was inside the magic hat as well, the top hat. And I guess he got a hold of Santa somehow and let him
All
know
I
what
remember
happened.
is messy, messy, messy from the beginning when he's like cleaning up the eggs or whatever he says.
That's a good impression.
Thanks, appreciate that.
Yeah, those are certainly some awesome Christmas cartoon classics.
So I just want to mention a couple things. There
Yes.
is a Frosty Returns,
Oh, a sequel. Perfect.
voiced by John Goodman.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. And I can't remember the plot, but it has to do with like the mayor of the town is like polluting or something. I can't remember. It's actually pretty cute. It's tolerable. Um it's on the same DVD with my original Frosty video.
Yeah, it says
Um
it came out in 1993.
okay, yeah, so that puts John Goodman right in line. So not a bad watch, pretty good, worth checking out if you can find it. There was Mr. Magoo's Christmas.
Oh, okay.
There was a Christmas show called Cricket on the Hearth.
Can't say I
Um,
ever heard of that. Cricket on the Hearth.
yeah, so the hearth, I guess, is like a um fireplace, like what do you call it, mantle, I think.
Yeah.
Um, and then there was oh, the one with the Meister Burger, the Santa Claus. I don't know. It's like claymation too. I'm pretty sure it's.
Oh, yeah. That was the other movie that was on YouTube when they had so they had Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty, and then the Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus, yeah, kind
Where
of a weird one.
It's like an origin story-ish of
Yeah,
Santa.
it's
in his
kind of weird.
town
He's got
where
red
like
hair. He's like a
gifts are like
redhead.
illegal, and that's
Yeah,
right, the Burgermeister.
Burger Meister Burger. Yeah, so yeah, that one's kind of weird. I already mentioned The Simpsons that I wanted to bring up.
hmm
Um, for some reason, I remember there being like a Bobby's World Christmas special when I was a kid,
I'm sure a lot of those
or
cartoons, like
maybe it was Life with Louie, or because didn't Louie have a cartoon?
yeah,
Um, and then the only other one I can remember is there was a Eureka's Castle Christmas special.
oh,
Remember
okay,
Eureka's Castle on
oh yeah.
Nickelodeon? So I remember seeing all those.
We could almost do like more 90s themed with that, because I'm sure there was like a Ren and Stimpy one, like
Oh
any of
yeah,
those.
probably South Park.
Right. So this one was more focusing on like the timeless classics that
Or we could even, I guess we technically just did it. All the B classic Christmas cartoons that you might not remember. I just named them all.
be a quick episode.
Yep. Sorry, done.
But hey, yeah, if you guys have any topics you want us to try to cover for the holiday season here, we got a few more we can crank in. You guys can leave a voice message. We got a phone number 949-682-9277. 949-682-WARP. Leave us a voicemail. Let us
Yeah.
know.
And
We
I'm
did have
thinking,
Santa Claus called the other week, remember?
oh yeah, Santa. Maybe we'll call back and tell us something else. Hey, I'm going to throw this out there. Me and Russ are going to look back in the backlog to make sure we didn't already cover this topic. But I'm thinking maybe next topic, like top 10 favorite Christmas presents we ever got as a kid.
Hopefully I can remember it. 10 Christmas presents.
My memory is so solid on stuff I got as
I
a
will
kid.
say one of them is not going to be the giant G.I. Joe airship.
You didn't get that?
No, I never got that. My cousins did. I never got it.
Dang, your cousin's USS flag is awesome.
Yeah, pretty neat. One day
One day.
when I have the room.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, you could check us at the web, theweeklywarpipe.com. We got all our episodes up on there. We have new shows every Saturday at 7 a.m. And you can check us out Wednesdays for Warp Pipe Wednesdays, a little shorter show. Me and Jay just shooting the breeze of kind of what's going on. And a quick shout out to our Patreons, Dan and Nicole's Treasures Untold, Joe Sheevy, Trace Living Good, Samantha Chang, Rodney Torres, and Retroholic 16, supporting the show, holding it down. We appreciate it. And you guys for listening.
That's right.
Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'm Russ Lyman. Keep your world fun bit by bit.